Hi, I'm Jim Conroy, and I'm the Tree Whisperer. I help heal sick and declining trees by helping the trees repair their internal functionality. I'm with this beautiful white oak on a property, and all the conventional people told the owners that this tree needed to be taken down. There was an obvious reason for that. It's very close to the house. It was in severe decline, and there's a danger with the tree being close to the house like that. And the people said, no, we want to save the tree. So this is my second year of being with this tree. What the tree has done is kind of remarkable. It's really made a turn for the best. It started last year to make the turn, and then this year even more, growing more. And it's the effort is both my collaborative consciousness-based healing, as well as the people's caring for the tree. The people watered the tree. They were very careful about the tree. They were looking at the tree, caring about it, sending the tree good messages, sending the tree good vibrations, really loving this tree. And also, as I said, I did my consciously based healing on the tree. So the combination really worked well with this tree to start to turn this tree around. So what's going on now is the tree is telling me it's, when I asked the tree, are the roots well formed? They're saying yes, they're 90% well formed. Are they operable? Yes, 90%. What about the number of roots? Do you have enough roots? Got 90% of what we need. I said, that's fabulous. Okay, talk to me about the xylem and phloem. They said, oh, those are 90% as well, well-formed and 90% operable. I said, do you have enough? He says, we got 100% of what we need there. So we're doing really good. Okay, one of the things, though, it did say is, I want to be a big tree again. That's what the tree is saying. I want to be a big tree again. And so I'm really pushing to be a big tree again. And I'm hoping for a mild winter so my parts don't get stressed. And what we mean by a mild winter is that we don't have these radical shifts in temperature that cause stress on the tree. That's really what we're hoping for. And the tree is hoping for that as well. So then I asked about the buds, and the tree says, yep, I got 90% of the buds are well formed. They're operable 90%, and I got enough. I got 95% of the buds I need. However, I want to make more food, drive and clear my circulation, get the food out to those buds to A, strengthen the buds, bring on a few more buds if I can, but also get food down to the roots and the rest of the tree to support the tree during the winter. So that's what we're doing. So we want to make more food, drive and clear circulation, get the food distributed properly to both grow and strengthen those growing points, but also to help the tree be able to handle the winter climate temperatures. So those are some excellent results. As far as parts to parts, tree is saying we're 90% there. Parts to functions, we're 90% there. Functions to functions, we're 90% there. Functions to parts, we're 100%. In other words, all of our functionality is going towards restoring and bringing in new parts. Now, we found out last year the tree takes the path of least resistance. So last year was a little more of a different story. We lost a few limbs last year coming into this spring. Again, tree says, look, I'm not going to put a lot of effort into those plugged up branches. I can grow new branches better. I'm full of vitality now. I can grow new branches faster than I can try to push energy into those old branches that are in decline. So let the old branches go into decline, and I can go on and grow the new branches. In addition, the tree is saying, the parts I add are adding to the parts I have. It isn't, sometimes what happens is in a sick tree, they just use the old parts to sustain the tree while it brings on new parts. not this tree. This tree is saying, yes, we can use a lot of the older parts, roots, xylem, flow, bud, leaves, to grow, and we need to add more so we can continue to grow and continue to strengthen those grow points so we're much stronger going into next year. That's really what we're up to. And the added food, bringing in, make more food, driving clearer circulation will only help all of that to occur. I asked the tree, okay, are you in universal rhythm? It said yes. Are you in sync and entrainment? It says yes, 90% within and between. So in other words, the other trees in the neighborhood here, there's other oaks in the neighborhood especially, they're catching on to it as well. And they're saying, oh, this is working pretty good. Maybe we can use a little bit of that. Biobalia is building, and biobalia is within and between the trees is coming as well. In other words, a whole greater than the sum of its parts. So again, the bottom line is here, first of all, is trying to make more food, drive and clear that circulation. It's got good parts, well formed and operable, but it wants to strengthen those. That's what it's really up to, is strengthening them, especially getting the buds strengthened so it can get through the winter and have enough food stored down in the roots to get the whole tree through the winter and push out nice new buds next spring. That's what this tree is all about. Thank you very much. I'm the tree whisperer. I heal sick and declining trees by repairing the internal functionality of trees.